in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Please welcome.
Please welcome.
Please welcome.
Welcome to the gayest podcast ever.
Hello, and welcome to the gayest podcast ever. My name is Josh, and I'm here with
Eric and CJ.
Thank you guys so much for tuning into our latest episode. We're super excited to be here. How you boys doing today?
I'm feeling good. Despite all the cold and snow we were having.
I cannot believe it snowed already.
I know. I feel like the last time we were here, it was like, oh, a beautiful fall day, and now like sub-zero temperatures and snow.
I even said in our last podcast, I'm like, next week the leaves will be gone, it'll be snow. So.
And now you know why we don't do anything for Halloween.
Oh my God, everything we say on this podcast comes true.
How?
We want to be billionaires.
This show's going to be picked up and be so successful.
Yes. We have faces for TV.
Well, speaking of TV,
Nice.
so have you guys been tuning into Bravo lately?
No.
No,
Do you
not
know
at
me?
all. Anyway, well, I'm sure you know who Teresa and Joe Giudice.
Is
No.
Teresa the one that flipped the table?
Yes. And
Okay.
then Teresa.
Oh, they don't know what that means.
Yeah,
Yes.
And then she also went to jail,
yeah,
for 11
yeah.
months, and Joe did a 3-year sentence.
For what?
Tax fraud, all kinds of things.
Why
The
do these-
usual.
Why do these people with all the money think that they're going to get away with tax evasion?
Well, because they have all this money, and then
They want
best
more
idea
money.
they have is to go on TV and flaunt it. I would love to be on TV and
It's not
flaunt my
going
money.
to send a red flag up. To
Anyway,
IRS.
so Joe was released from after doing 3 years, but it turns out he was not an actual citizen. He was actually born in Italy. So he is now in the process of possibly being deported, and he is on his final appeal. That appeal could have took up to 11 months, and then he was in like a halfway house. So he decided not to stick it out and just go to Italy. And basically, if his appeal is not granted, he can never come back.
But he is stuck in Italy.
Well, he lived. Yeah, that's where he is. But he's got like 4 daughters here. Like his whole life is here. He's lived here his whole life. This is all he knows.
They can fly to Italy to visit his ass.
Okay,
This
well
is
they just
Italy's
did,
not a
but here's the
third
thing:
world
is
country.
she used to. They're one of these couples that they just pretend everything is surface okay. Like she's just like, oh, it's fine. Like when they were going to jail, none of their friends were allowed to talk about it or anything. So, anyways, now that they're out of jail, she wouldn't even admit that she was mad at him for like basically having her sign these documents, and then she went to jail for it for a year and was away from her kids. And now
Was she at like the Felicity Huffman Club Fed or?
oh no, this is way more serious than Felicity Huffman.
Oh.
Yeah, so but now they're like apparently recording a special like where they go to Italy and they're going to decide like are they going to get divorced or stay together. And I mean,
I'm sure it'll all be set in a beautiful Italian villa.
all these like
On the
cheating
vineyard.
allegations, very scandalous. I'm very excited to see what happened. Real Housewives of New Jersey just premiered 2 weeks ago.
Is that
and
one she's on?
Oh
New
yeah,
Jersey?
and it is so juicy, so good so far. I cannot wait for the rest of the season.
They could put me in the house in Under the Tuscan Sun before it was redone, and I would have been happy.
Same. There is wine in that village and beautiful men. I will find a way.
Yeah. I'm not sad about it.
Well, no, I mean, they're in Italy. It can't be that bad, but still, like, their family's breaking apart. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he was kind of shady.
I'm so
from the
sorry
beginning.
that you didn't want to pay your taxes on your millions of dollars.
Wow.
What is it? Thoughts and prayers?
Yeah, thoughts and prayers.
No, that's one way to put it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of memes, because we know Teresa from that flipping the table meme. So the thing that's been on my radar that I just don't. I need you guys to explain this to me. What is it with this gosh darn blonde woman yelling at this cat at a table?
She's from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
I don't. Like, did that really happen? Was that cat at a restaurant? Was she
No.
yelling at it?
So the cat-
I don't get it. I don't get it.
The
I don't
cat is
get
a
it.
separate
Help me.
meme, and then she is a meme from the Housewives. I don't watch the Housewives, but I know that much.
Okay, well, let me
just-
before we explain it. For those of you who I'm sure you've seen
you've
it.
seen it.
They're so funny.
At one point our group text had like 30 of these memes in it, and I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on. But anyways, so what the meme is, it's a pretty blonde woman who is like near hysterics, pointing and yelling, and then there's this really, really upset cat who's just like sitting at a dinner table.
Resting bitch face.
Yes, the cat has a resting bitch face, which I didn't know.
I love
cats
the
could
cat.
Do. And so and then it says something like the one what I'm trying to gauge from it is one was like, It was the Mariah Carey one.
It's Christmas. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It was when I was like, it was like,
just forget it, Josh. You can't remember.
I don't get
There
them.
were
I don't
so
understand.
many.
Give
So
me one.
the backstory
Okay.
is that is Taylor Armstrong. She was on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Taylor Armstrong.
She was the one who her husband was abusing her.
Oh,
and it came out on the show. And he
was that
actually,
who she was yelling at?
So her husband actually ended up killing himself.
Oh, shit.
After
This
the
is
allegations came out. Yes. And then that was her at a party speaking with Camille Grammer, who is Kelsey Grammer's
Oh,
ex.
no, Camille Grammer.
Yeah. And Adrian Malouf, who's the owner of Palms Casinos in Las
I know
Vegas.
the Maloufs.
And so she was screaming at them that they just didn't understand what she had been going through. And she kind of freaked out at the party. Like Kyle Richards was there. It was this whole thing.
Oh, that's Paris Hilton's aunt.
Yes. And that's where that whole scene is from. And now
Got
it's
you.
this whole big
But
thing.
the
and
cat wasn't there.
No.
the cat was not there.
Okay. This helps a little
But
bit.
I love that meme.
I
It
love
is
it
so
too.
funny.
So someone mashed this meme up together, and now it's everywhere. And it's kind of like something is super serious, and then the cat's like, forget about it.
yeah. Like,
I'm going as Halloween for that cat.
Yeah,
I want you two to be the two ladies. One of you's got to be held back.
I can't be Taylor Armstrong. It's just not me.
I mean, I just keep seeing it everywhere, and I'm just like, I need to know what this is because I like to know everything pop culture related, and it's just everywhere, and I'm like,
It has been everywhere.
Why is this
I love
cat at a dinner party?
So amazing.
And why is the cat so bitter? Because it looks like a nice restaurant, looks like a nice table.
Well,
Like,
it's Beverly Hills, darling.
the cat's eating better than I am. But yeah, so that's just been
It's a
on
good
my
meme.
radar.
It's a good meme. I like it.
I'm glad you guys saw the cat was not having dinner with Taylor Armstrong.
No,
they are
no.
two different memes that have been mashed together to form a new meme. It's like
Correct.
like a megazord of memes.
Oh, Power Ranger.
I
reference.
love your reference tonight.
Power Ranger.
You know, by
You
Arc
go
Powers.
Pink Power Ranger.
Oh, Amy Jo Johnson, Kimberly, the Pink Power Ranger. I was like, this is how I know she was gay. I was like, ooh, I don't want to like be with Kimberly. I want her to like to be my BFF. Like,
Yeah.
I want to go to the mall. With
So you were
Kimberly.
Billy.
Yes, I was
Billy
Billy.
was
I
the
was the
gay
Blue
one.
Power Ranger.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I have met the Pink Power Ranger.
Amy Jo Johnson.
Yes, at a Comic-Con in Lexington.
my God.
4 years ago.
Do you remember when she was on Felicity with Carrie Russell?
No, I didn't watch this.
I didn't watch
either.
Felicity either. I was
So good. I was a WB.
My
whore.
sister-in-law was like obsessed with that show.
Oh, anything on the WB I watched.
Was that before or after she cut her hair?
Oh,
it
the
was
hair. That was a scandal. that was a scandal.
So that was like season 2. Yeah, it was like, oh, what happened? Then the ratings dropped and it got canceled.
You don't mess with the hair.
the haircut. It's important.
Yeah. All right, so that's what I've been.
Well, speaking of TV shows and stuff, now I'm sure everybody has subscribed to at least some kind of streaming thing now. I don't know what do we call these?
Streaming platform.
Platforms. Okay. Well, Apple TV Plus just recently came out a month ago. Brilliant. Love
Well,
it.
2 weeks, November 1st, right?
Yes. So some of the shows on there are really, really good, and they're still putting them on every day. But then Disney Plus just released Tuesday, so a couple of days ago, and the whole thing, like, people were having fits because they couldn't sign in because so many people, and I think I heard today 15 million people subscribed.
That sounds about right. And because in the first week, and like, yeah, a lot of people are doing like that free week or
Are you guys
whatever.
excited about this Disney thing?
Oh, I have it for 3 years.
I have my subscription. Yeah.
Meh.
Well, Steve got.
Do not look me up and down like that.
I am
Judgy.
not.
Listen.
I'm just learning who you are as a person.
If you go and you go through all of those shows, you're gonna be like, oh my god, I watched that as a kid. I watched that as a kid. I watched that as a kid. Like, I can't wait to like.
Well, and you know what's gonna
Relive
happen?
your childhood.
You know what's gonna happen?
You
is
go, girl.
I'm gonna log in to my Disney Plus account at Eric's house while I'm house sitting or
And
dog sitting,
yep.
and then he's just gonna go down this rabbit hole. And he's gonna, and one day I'm gonna get an email. It's gonna be like, oh no, Josh, you can't watch it because too many people are watching it. Eric's one of them.
Ew, David.
No.
But what are some of the other things like HBO Max?
Can I ask one question before we go into that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm still one of the people who still has cable, and I'm trying to debate like if we should get rid of cable and get all these services. once you get all these different services, isn't it pretty much going to be the same as your cable bill that you are complaining about paying about?
Well, I'm not getting rid of
100%.
cable. I don't know what you're talking about getting rid of cable.
Oh, I've been cable free since
I don't know what
2015.
you're talking about.
Well, so
A lot of people do it. They're like, I don't want to pay the bill, but like if you have like 12 of these services,
So-
like Apple, Hulu, Netflix, like you're going to pay
the
that much.
reason I subscribe to these new services are for the original content, not for the stuff that I could have seen on TV or rent.
So essentially,
or whatever.
all these streaming
CJ's
channels.
vintage.
Essentially, all these streaming channels are doing what HBO did back in the '90s, where you had a basic cable plan, and HBO was like, "Oh, we're premium. We have our,
Right.
our content." That's what all they're doing, right?
Yeah.
You had to pay for that.
So what I don't like is it ABC or I think all of them do.
CBS and their all access.
Yes,
bullshit.
I don't like that at
Don't
all.
like that.
And
You're a normal network.
and
you
I
should do normal things.
and I don't like the shows. The only show that I'm remotely interested in, this is my nerd side, is that Star Trek Discovery or whatever that show is.
I was a huge Good Wife fan, and I really want to watch The Good Place. Or no.
Oh, so
That's-
there's like a
The
spin-off?
Good Fight.
Good
The
Fight. So is
And
it
it's got
like
Christine
spin-off?
Baranski,
Okay.
and I just am a fangirl for Christine Baranski.
But now all these things are coming. HBO is having another
HBO
one.
Max, and they're saying they're going to do $15 a month.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck everyone else that's been
I
doing like
can't do
$7, $10. They're like, we're going $15. We're
Netflix keeps
HBO.
going up. Like it's like $13 now.
Well, at least Disney Plus, if you got the higher subscription,
My
you
damn insurance.
You got Hulu, and not that I'm interested in ESPN, but that was also included. So you got Hulu, ESPN, Natural Geographic, and then Disney
So they're starting
Plus.
to bundle. And like my Spotify and Hulu are bundled, so I get both of those
Right.
for $10 a month.
See, this is like I need like the HBO channels, like Netflix and like one other one. I can just borrow all your guys'. I don't need to do
Yeah,
that.
I'm logged in at
Dan
your
needs
house.
his sports channels, and I need MTV and Bravo, and I am all
Well,
set.
and even Apple started talking today that they were considering bundling Apple Music with their News
That's smart.
News Plus or whatever for a little higher fee. And listen, the unlimited music for Apple is $9.99, and I'm only paying $4.99 a month for Apple TV. So if they take it over the 15, I'll bundle it, whatever.
I'll
13,
bundle it.
12.
It's cold. Let's bundle up.
Yes, I'm gonna be like knocking on Tim Cook's door, like, I'll give you $12 for all that.
Yeah, no, so I guess if you're right, if you think about it, if you pay, but at one point, like with Xfinity, like I was doing like high speed internet for like $40 a month, and then I have Amazon because I want Amazon. So
Well, do you have Prime?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I do that for Amazon Prime shipping,
Right.
so I have that, so I get theirs.
Same.
So then I have the Netflix, and then now I have the Disney Plus, but I got the deal for 3 years.
You know, the only reason why I have Netflix now is for the original content. Again, like, I don't need to see these movies that I can go rent or I've seen.
Well, I'm
already.
very excited about The Irishman that's coming out though. Like Martin.
That's
Scorsese.
original content,
It's original
though.
Oh,
content.
okay, I'm like,
And Netflix is leading the way.
They have 145 or 150 million subscribers.
Prime has gotten a
They've-
few.
yeah. But I think a lot
it's
of people.
just too much with all the different
Yeah.
services now. Like,
And now HBO's getting, NBC Universal's getting into it. They're doing the Peacock.
Yeah. Which,
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll
Yeah,
see.
yeah, we'll see where it goes. But we're excited. We'll keep you all abreast.
stay tuned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the time we have another one, I'm sure something else will be out.
Yeah,
Right.
But speaking of Netflix, which is one of the many platforms and doing original content, it was to segue into my topic that I want to talk about. Is there's a certain lady, an individual who's iconic and been around since the '60s, and she just signed a huge partnership deal with. Actually, she signed it last year, but Dolly Parton, and her new special comes out I think next week. It's called Heartstrings, and it's an anthology series. It's 8 different episodes, and each episode is based on a different song. So there's an episode called Jolene. There's an episode, yeah. So Juliana Hough from
Yes.
Dancing
Yes.
with the Stars, Ryan Seacrest's beard.
Derek Huff's sister. Yes,
yes.
I know who she is.
Yeah, Ryan Seacrest's beard. She signed that.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, she signed that contract. I don't want to go too far away, but have you seen that GIF of Britney Spears when she finds out
Well, I
Ryan
hope when I'm
Seacrest
on
isn't
live
gay?
with Ryan and Kelly,
Yes.
and you're not invited. Like,
No, he'll invite me because then he'll like backstage and he'll want to like inappropriately touch me. But okay. Anyway. So Miss Dolly Parton and her little heartstrings. I'm so proud of her. She's going to be an executive producer, and she's just so excited because the girl's written over like 3,000 songs. Like
She's brilliant.
She's brilliant. So yes, my topic is Dolly Parton, who I've just been a fan of since I was a little boy.
And if you're not a fan of Dolly Parton, just stop listening now.
Well,
I love Dollywood.
Yeah. Okay. I've been to Dollywood. I
Me too.
love it.
Same.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Look. Oh, I love it.
I'm a Kentucky boy. That's like
true.
20 minutes from my house.
Girl,
Yeah.
that's true.
But the thing about Dolly Parton, and the reason I want to talk about her I've been listening to a podcast, and I'll put the notes for the podcast in here. I want to shout it out. It's called Dolly Parton's America, and it's just really, really good. And what the guy was talking about is like he went to a Dolly Parton concert, and he realized he looked around the room, and
That he
there's
was gay.
And no, he's like, there is a Southern Republican conservative Baptist. There's someone in a MAGA hat, and then there's a drag queen, and then there is a mom with her daughter. There's people from all ages, all different types of background, and they're all there singing to these Dolly Parton songs. Like, I don't know what it is about Dolly Parton, but no one can say anything bad about her. No.
Dolly 2020.
Yes. No, she should totally do it. And she just is so likable and so lovable and so sweet. Like, I have not found one person that because I've been talking about Dolly Parton for the last 2 weeks because I'm just obsessed with her and learning everything about her. And I'm just like, everyone loves her, and I'm trying to figure out a little bit why. And so I thought I would just give a little bit of background about Dolly for those of you who don't know. But she was born in 1946. She's 73, which she's actually, I thought she was older.
Oh, she's drinking that death becomes her thing.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. And I mean, she's the first one to say that she's had work done.
She's
and,
had wigs. She's got.
Oh, yeah.
Has she got work done?
yeah, exactly. But she was born in the Smoky Mountains of Tennessee. She's the fourth of 12 kids.
Wow.
Dang.
And that little house that they had, like up in the Smoky Mountains, like had like 2 bedrooms. It was like insane. They all grew up in the Smoky Mountains and this little tiny Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, or whatever.
In my coat of many colors.
Yes. Oh my God, that's my mom's favorite song, and I grew up listening to it. And she's been married to Carl Dean since 1966.
Good
So
for Dolly.
before
He doesn't come in the spotlight.
oh, there's like one photo of him.
He's been to like one of her concerts. Yeah, like he does
she's
not.
even said, she's like, I think Carl's seen me perform once or twice. Like
He
what?
wants nothing to do with it.
No, and
I
they-
admire that though. Like
Yeah.
somebody who's just like, go have your career. This is what you want. I love you for you.
Bring that check home.
Not me, because I'd be like on every red carpet, like, hey girl, like, hey.
100%. But so Dolly Parton is the best-selling female country artist of all time. Over 160 million albums sold. She is the record for the most #1 hits by a female country artist, 25. She also holds the record for most top 10 country albums on the Billboard Country Chart, 41. She previously held the record for the most top 10 hits by a female country artist, but then Reba tied her in 2009.
Oh, Reba.
America's
That's your favorite oh.
yeah, America's favorite redhead.
I love Reba.
Yeah, and
I
like
do too.
well, and last night at the CMAs, Carrie Underwood hosted with Reba McEntire and Dolly Parton. So full circle.
3 little divas right there.
Yeah, 2 from Okie, 1 from Tennessee. But yeah, she's the first artist to have top 20 hits on the Hot Country Songs in every decade from the 1960s to the 2010s,
Wow.
which is. Excuse me.
The lines get to you, Jess.
Take a
oh my
breath,
gosh. Which is so super impressive. Her first
Christmas song, what is it? The I'll Be
Hard-
There with Bells On?
Oh yeah, what's Kenny
That's
Rogers?
me and Jen. Yeah, that is me and Jen's jam when we bake our Christmas cookies.
I love
That is
that.
our song.
Yeah, so like some of her like biggest songs, her first song to chart on the country charts was "Dumb Blonde," which in 1966, Dolly Parton's like, yeah, you know what, I get it. I'm just gonna sing a song about being a dumb blonde. Love it. Her first hit, which I just discovered this week, and I love it so much. Her first #1 hit was in 1970. It's Joshua.
Ooh.
Oh, isn't that fancy?
She's like, Joshua, Joshua. She falls in love with him.
Is that how the song goes? Or
Yeah.
is that okay.
Oh, you can ask Spencer. I've been playing Dolly Parton nonstop. I was doing laundry the other day. He's like, are you listening to Dolly Parton? I go, absolutely, I am.
I love it.
I'd be like, okay.
And then Coat of Many Colors, 1971,
Right.
makes me think of my mom because she was one of 15 kids. So it was always like, they were also very like poor and trying to get their shit together. And, you know, that song's so sad and so sweet. Jolene, 1973.
So
it.
good.
I Will Always Love You, 1974. Light of a Clear Blue Morning, which is one of my favorite songs, but we'll get to that
It's
in a
not
minute.
one of her.
Yeah, it was a big charting in the country, but
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, when in 1977, so a little bit of background, how Dolly Parton got her start was on the Porter Wagner show.
Right.
She was 21 years old when Porter Wagner got her to come on the show and do it, and he made her sign all these crazy contracts that his record label had to do everything that he like got to sign off on everything on her career. Well, then by the mid 1970s, like 1975, 76, she was like blowing up, and everyone loved her, and they wanted her to do all these things, and she was like, Porter, like, I need to go off on my own. Like, I want your blessing. And he was like, absolutely not. And she went into his office and she wrote him, I will always love you. And he's like, all right. He's like, you can go off on your own. And he like signed her away. And but then a year later he sued her for like $1 million.
Did he win?
She settled out of court.
Oh, so he got something.
She can afford it.
She said
That's
it.
fine.
And like, if you want to know more information about this, I highly recommend listening to Dolly Parton's America. They do a huge interview with her about the Porter Wagner years. And she settled out of court and she was like, I just wanted it to be put aside. She's like, and I hid the money, which I love.
Good for her.
And then in the 1980s, Porter Wagner went bankrupt. And so he had to sell his like songwriting label, and she actually bought it, paid cash for it, and then signed it back. Then signed it back over to his kids, because they were like, she's like, oh, his kids deserve that. Like, he was a good man. He got my career started. Like, they deserve that.
Those
so, like,
Southern belles.
she's just like the best person ever.
Good karma.
Oh, exactly.
She's got a big heart and big hair.
And big boobs.
So then,
And big boobs.
yeah, and big boobs. I love it. And then so 1977, she started off on her own, and this is where her pop hits start. And so Here You Come Again, which I love. And then Two Doors Down, they're having a party. I love Two Doors Down. And then in 1980, 9 to 5.
Well, yeah.
Which was
Speaking
her
of
first.
which, is she ever going to go on Grace and Frankie? Ever? Like,
I don't think so.
I don't understand how she hasn't made a cameo
right?
yet. Come on
Well,
now.
they were talking about like doing a sequel, but it all fell through.
Right.
But
Which,
so,
by the way,
Well,
you
if
know,
Jane Fonda could stop getting arrested.
do you know she wrote that
Good for Jane
song
Fonda.
by using her nails to do the beat?
stop it.
So I don't know if you can pick it up, but
Yeah, alarm clock ringing. Get out of bed.
Yeah,
pour
so-
myself a cup of ambition.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I
these
saw an
girls are
interview.
going to karaoke here in
she
a minute.
just took her nails and she's just like kind of like drumming them back and forth, and she heard that little beat, and that's how she wrote 9 to 5.
9 to 5. Hey, the 9 to 5s killed us all week, so
Right.
she was on to
So
something.
over the
Sometimes
9 to 5.
9,
So over the
sometimes
work week.
7 to 4, sometimes 7 to 8.
Yeah. So that was her first feature film, was the 9 to 5, along with Lily Tomlin and Jane Fonda, and she wrote the song, and she received a Golden Globe Award for Best Actress for it, and then she actually got an Academy Award nomination for it as well. So like, she's just doing her thing out there. I loved it, and it was a huge box office success. And this is where she started doing music and movies, because then she did The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, which I think my mom showed it to me when I was probably like 7 or 8, and there's a scene in it when they go to the football players. Have you guys seen Best Little Whorehouse in Texas?
It's been years.
No.
Okay, you have to see it.
No one's
'Cause
surprised, Eric.
There is
No.
a scene in the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas where, so she runs this whorehouse. She's the madam, and Burt Reynolds is like the sheriff in town. They got something going on the side. And the winner of it's like
Was
Texas.
Burt Reynolds on that bear
it's like
rug?
it's like UT and Texas A&M, and whoever wins like the Thanksgiving football game gets to go to the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas and have their way with all these girls. So
Wow.
one team wins, and they literally cut to them in the locker room getting ready to go to the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, and there is naked jocks everywhere. There's butts. There is, and I was just watching this as a child, and I was like, that's probably made me gay. I guarantee you, watching the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
You knew you were gay when?
Yes.
Josh in front of that movie.
Yes.
Do you think that's on Disney Plus? Can I watch it tonight on Apple TV?
We will find it. We'll have to do that one.
All right, I'll give it a shot. You gave Tu Wong Fu a shot.
Yeah. Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. You got to do it. And my favorite part of Best Little Whorehouse in Texas is the last song she sings is Hard Candy Christmas. And Hard Candy Christmas is probably my favorite Dolly Parton song, because it's just I love a sad song. I can't help it. I do. But it's also about like overcoming it. And she's like, I'll be fine and dandy. I'm talking about that hard candy Christmas. Like,
Got it.
So,
Lord.
I don't know if you have this in the notes, but do you know when Smoky Mountain Christmas?
Smoky Mountain Christmas is also one of my favorites.
Oh, my
Do you have
And
like
it
a
was-
bunch of Dolly Parton posters like hung up in your room?
I do. no.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
So-
but yeah, no, I love. Yeah.
So Smoky Mountain Christmas, first of all, it was on every Christmas, especially in Kentucky. It's one of my mom's favorite Christmas movies. And I don't know if there was a lawsuit or something, but they stopped showing it on TV. And so my mom always talked about how she missed it being on TV every year. And so I thought one year, this would be like the perfect Christmas gift. I'm going to buy this for my mom on like DVD or whatever. It is not available. And if you can find it on VHS, it's worth like $100 and something.
It's probably on Disney Plus.
I don't
note.
Yeah, I don't know what happened though. I would love to
Interesting.
know the story of
Like
why
the production company or
now
something.
they just don't. It's not available.
But again, and I don't want to keep talking about Dolly because I could do it for days. But her
Yeah, we're
other-
only in the 70s, girl. You got to wrap it up.
I know. Sorry.
going.
So let's fast forward to 1989. Steel Magnolias,
Yes.
Right.
which I mean, Truvy, Salon.
Dan has never seen Steel Magnolias, and it so makes me angry.
Divorce him today.
Yeah,
like
no.
literally, he doesn't get to drink the juice Shelby reference, like nothing.
And I don't want to talk about too much because Steel Magnolias is going to be a topic for a future day, just because it's so
It better be.
good.
Iconic.
But yeah, then Straight Talk, which is one of my other favorite movies.
Isn't that with Dennis Quaid?
No, James Woods.
James Woods. Okay.
Yeah. And then like I said, Heartstrings is coming out. And the only other thing I really want to talk about Dolly Parton is she's also been a huge supporter of LGBTQ rights. She's done AIDS awareness. She's 100% marriage equality back before it was a thing. She was like, let them marry who they want. Like, I'm not, yeah. Oh, like, loves drag queens. I mean, one of her famous quotes is saying, "It's a good thing I was born a girl, otherwise I'd be a drag queen."
I was getting ready to ask if you knew that quote.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
It's gorgeous because she's just like that. She's just that cool like person and like loves the gays and like loves everyone.
So she just
Don't
had
be silly,
something
darling.
happen.
Everybody wants to be us.
Yeah.
Exactly. She just had something happen recently because she had, I guess it's one of her new songs. She redid the song Faith. You gotta have faith, faith, faith.
Oh yeah.
And so now she,
No, it's
no,
no,
not
it's,
that one.
you have a little faith.
Have
in
a little
me.
faith in me, yeah. But it's like she's the first like country artist to have like a dance.
Oh yeah, because it's like
Mix.
it's I forgot Galactica or something.
Yeah.
Galactus or something. It's with a DJ like a
So like a top 10 like dance remix for a country singer. Yeah.
And then she's also got that song with of King and Country, God Only Knows.
Yes.
And so like she's found this like second wind and I love it. I'm living for it.
I love, if you haven't seen the video, it's Dolly's just setting like she's the bus driver of this bus.
Yes, it's so good. I love the
And
of course
she's
I saw
just
the
kind of
music.
like pretending like to drive this bus, and she's even have a little faith in me. And
No,
it's
it's
the
a-
cutest thing.
You know I love music videos. So of course I've seen it. And like at the very end she's like, "Darling, don't you know I just said have a little faith in me?" It's like you are too damn cute for your own good.
I love it.
It's so good. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Dolly Parton. She's just the best. And like she's also like super like philanthropic. I can't say that.
Sure,
word.
she
Sure,
donates
that's the
to
word.
All those
charities.
books and all those charities and all the wildfires in the Smoky Mountains. Like she's just the best person ever.
all that good karma, girl. That's,
Yes.
that's what you get.
So, Dolly, if you're listening, I love you. And watch her new Netflix special,
we
Heartstrings.
will definitely watch, and she's probably gonna outlive us all.
Oh, she's still got, like, I feel like this is like a second coming of her career. But yeah, so that's what I have on that.
All right. Well, speaking of divas, a little more modern diva, even though Dolly she's still doing her thing today. We're going to talk about the people's pop princess, the hardest working woman in pop music today, Miss Kelly Clarkson.
Woo, those fighting words, girl. I can just feel Brittany.
Oh,
Britney's the princess of pop.
she is the princess of pop, but this is the
Today we're talking about
people's.
Miss Kelly.
I thought Kelly was the queen of covers. I thought that was
Well,
the title
Kelly
we were
all
giving
told
her.
she told Brittany since you've been gone in the little facility,
Well.
I came out like
Guys, I've seen Kelly Clarkson more than I've seen Britney Spears. I
seen her once.
love me Kelly Clarkson. I'm just saying, let's not mix up our titles.
okay.
Okay, so Britney is the pop princess, pop queen.
Pop princess, Madonna. is
Whatever.
the queen
Well,
of pop.
Kelly is still the people's princess.
I'll give you that. She's the people's princess.
Because she is just,
she was won by the people.
I swear, we could walk down the street right now and see Kelly Clarkson. She'd just be like, hey, y'all, How's it going?
You're watching her new talk show, aren't you?
Of course I am. I watched 2 episodes before we came here tonight.
I have a YouTube playlist of all of her Kelly Okies, the covers that she does every show with. So if you need a playlist on YouTube of every single song she's covered, I can share that.
I'm going to need that, thanks. Anyways, Miss Kelly Clarkson was born April 24th, 1982. I'm 1 month and 8 days older than her. And she has done more in her life than I will in my entire life, plus 7 more lives. But she was our first American Idol winner. Did you guys watch American Idol that year?
I voted for Kelly.
No, the only year I watched it was Lita Wise's year.
I don't even know who
when
that
Ellen
is,
was on. That's the only year I watched it.
That's a random year to watch American Idol.
Anyways.
So I lived in Myrtle Beach then as a lifeguard, and I didn't have cable. I didn't have TV. I didn't know anything about this show, that it was happening, and I started getting magazines and seeing all, like, what's this, American Idol? And then, of course, the song, A Moment Like This, was on the radio every 10 seconds.
Oh, yeah. It took off. That, was a big start to reality TV and, competitions.
Competition.
Yeah, it was huge.
So good.
All the singing reality shows, at least, yeah.
Right, so she was our first American Idol winner back in 2002.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. I remember seeing her win. We watched the finale.
Yeah. Over Justin Guarini.
Yes. So that
Who went through a little hot phase. He got hot for a hot minute. When he
The
cut his
Dr.
hair.
Pepper guy?
I think
no.
he's hot now as the Dr. Pepper
Well,
guy.
it's he back in the day when he was dating Nicole Richie for a hot minute. He was kind of cute.
We called him Justin Gangrene. We hated him.
Well, you were pissy little sophomores in high school. What did you know?
I was a sophomore in high school.
So anyway, she was signed to RCA Records.
I couldn't even drive a car.
She had a very extensive contract with RCA Records. It was, I believe she had to do 10 albums. It was ridiculous what she had to do. This is why people really, when they get into these competitions, they consider if they really want to be the winner or not. Because she probably went through the worst with, I don't even think, what's your country stars?
Carrie Underwood?
I don't think her contract was nearly as bad as...
I
the
think
first one always gets it the worst. Everybody knows. It's the oldest child.
I mean, she had to do that movie. She had to do
She had to do everything.
I've seen that movie more times than I'd like to count.
I was going to ask. Okay,
I saw it in theaters.
From Justin to Kelly, so you both really watched it?
I saw it in theaters.
I've seen it multiple times.
I've never watched it. I have no desire.
Save yourself an hour and a half.
I think if Kelly Clarkson was in the room right now, she would also tell us to save yourself.
She jokes about it. I think it's really funny.
It's super cheesy.
She had to do it. But anyways, A Moment Like This was #1 on the Billboard Top 100. It ended up becoming the best-selling single in 2002. After that, she had her first album, Thankful, in 2003. Josh, you're a guru of this. Do you know what songs came out of that?
So the songs from Thankful include so A Moment Like This was the big one.
Right.
She also had Miss Independent. And then the second single was Low.
Yes.
And then the third single was the one from Love Actually.
Yes. The Trouble with Love.
Trouble with Love. Yep, but it was on Love Actually, and the music video features snippets from Love Actually. And that was it from the debut album. Then came the sophomore album, Breakaway.
Oh, good job. Which is 2004.
Dear God.
Which her...
I can name all the singles for that,
That's
too.
okay.
In order.
We only have an hour.
So Breakaway earned her 2 Grammy Awards, and it also sold 12 million copies. Just a couple tiny singles from that, Since You've Been Gone and Because of You.
Huge for her.
And then she rode that train for a little bit, and in 2007 she had My December. And
so underrated.
It's so underrated. But this was...
Is that where Behind These Hazel Eyes is from?
No, that was off of Breakaway.
Right.
Okay.
So this one she was executive producer of, and she kind of took a little more liberty, but the producers did...
Clive Davis.
Yeah.
It was Clive Davis.
Clive. No one liked her rock, her hard rock
They wanted her to be
sound
more
of
pop.
it. They wanted her to go back and re-record it, and she said, "No, I'm not going to do it." And so they basically said, "Well, we're not going to promote this."
Yeah.
It sold horribly. The tours were canceled. I won tickets from a radio station to go see her in that tour, and it was all canceled because Clive was like, nope, we're not promoting
Yep.
this one bit, which was ridiculous. He's an asshole, and that's all I'll say about that. Sorry, Clive.
How do you really feel?
Anyways, back in 2009, a couple of years later, she came out with All I Ever Wanted. Do you know any songs from that?
All I Ever Wanted, and then she had the song with the written by the guy from One Republic.
Yes.
That was in the big thing with the Beyonce and the
But
Halo.
it sounded
Ryan
like the same
Tedder.
as Halo.
I forgot the name of it.
You are like my phone a friend for music questions.
Oh yeah. It also had.
It's the,
The big song that
Her
debuted at
biggest
number
one.
one is what?
I was going to say, it's the big one.
Just tell us.
I don't want to. No, it's the long title they covered in Glee. My Life Would Suck Without You.
Yes. God, I'm just testing Josh's skills tonight. And
And
he
I
is
literally
on
said,
point.
he's like, I haven't researched it all for this topic. He's like, I'm doing Kelly Clarkson. I go, I don't need to research that.
Anyways, in 2011, she came out with Stronger.
Oh,
Obviously,
Stronger.
the title.
But that was not the debut single. The debut
was not.
single was Heartbeat Song.
I don't have that, so possibly.
Probably Heartbeat Song.
Show me the facts.
I was
But
waiting.
Stronger was the big song.
I was waiting on Josh to fill these.
Stronger
in.
was the big one on that one.
For that one, she was the first artist to ever win Best Pop Vocal Album 2 times.
And this is when she got involved with Greg Kurstin.
Yes.
And Greg Kurstin does Adele now, Maren Morris, Sia. Greg Kurstin is like the pop force. You need to know his name.
Yeah, so at this point, Kelly's thinking, I got to get through this contract. I got to burn
This
this,
is where-
up.
this
as
is where she
fast
got
as I
smart.
can. So
This is where she got real smart.
She came out with a Christmas album, Wrapped in Red,
Did
which,
a greatest hits. She was like,
Yeah.
let's get through these albums so I can get out of this contract.
which, by the way, for Wrapped in Red, it was the first American female artist to have a best-selling holiday album.
Probably since Mariah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I can't not believe that it was a Mariah, but it was the first female American artist to have a best-selling holiday
The
album.
eyebrows went up.
No, I'm just shocked. Kelly can do
Fact
anything.
check.
Right.
I love that Christmas album. I don't love classic Christmas. We'll talk about that like in December, but
Well, it's no Snoop Dogg and Anna Kendrick from Pittsburgh.
Oh my God.
Whatever.
I like that too.
Santa Claus is coming. Yeah. Anyways, Wrapped in Red, by the way, is one of my favorite Christmas songs ever.
Okay.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
The next album she had in 2015, Piece by Piece, and that was the last album she had with RCA.
Can we just talk about when she did Piece by Piece
Yes,
on the
on
last season
Idol.
of American Idol?
The original last season.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, before the ABC redid it. Yeah, with Simon and
Yeah.
Randy. I think even Simon was gone, wasn't he? Was it just Randy? Wasn't even any of the judges? No, I don't even know.
Yeah,
Anyways,
yeah, because it was
Ryan Seacrest is the only one left standing.
It was Jennifer Lopez,
Keith Urban,
and
Harry Connick Jr.
Yeah.
yes.
All right, yeah, so crazy. But when she's up there, pregnant as all can be, and she's singing the song about her deadbeat dad and how she finally found a man, and it's just so beautiful and it's so epic. And she gets that choke in her voice, and she can't continue the lyrics, and everyone just melts.
Right.
It's so good. It was nominated for a Grammy.
Keith Urban was in tears.
Yeah.
And going back to her current show that she now has, I forget who the celebrity was, but the first thing he said to her was, I just want you to know that your performance of Piece by Piece on American Idol will be the best moment in television that I have ever seen in my life.
Wow.
I wish I could remember who it was. He's someone who's pretty famous, but we'll put notes on our socials. So next, she went into her own thing and started Meaning of Life, her last album, 2017, which has done amazing. It's so good. I think every single song on that could be a single. Do you guys?
It's more R&B influenced, and I
Right.
know that's what she really, really wanted. She wanted to do something more soulful, more In Vogue, more Aretha. It isn't my favorite, and I'm just saying that because I'm a pop.
You're a pop
I'm
girl.
a pop. Give me that pop song. Give me those.
Yeah, I mean,
And so-
don't kill me. I mean, I like Kelly Clarkson, but she's not like my favorite.
Well, you still like Whitney Houston and Dance with Somebody, which
Well,
is great. No,
I see your ass on the dance floor every time
Oh,
it
it's
comes
like,
on.
I don't
Guilty.
like to pit people against each other like that.
But interesting story. I'm glad you brought up how it's more R&B, because when Kelly was first in the scene, she had full rights to colleges all throughout Texas, and she turned it down because she felt like she wanted to do her own thing. She didn't want to take time to learn anymore. So she moved to LA and started recording demos. and was sending all these demos. She sent demos to every single record label, and every single label said, no, you sound too black. They did not like her voice because it was too powerful and it sounded too R&B. Could you imagine what they're thinking right now?
I mean,
Yeah, they're slapping themselves in the head.
yeah. And my favorite thing about Kelly, and like I said, I've seen her live 3 or 4 times. She just has that soulful voice. It's so effortless. That's my favorite thing about Kelly. It's so effortless. She just does those runs, and she just does it and lets other people sing over it. It's just so good. I can't say enough good things. And she, like you said, she's the people's person. She's just so sorry.
I can't.
She just is so chill. Like, she's someone, like, when I saw her on The Voice, and like, you could sit down, she'd literally sit down, have a cup of coffee with you and just shoot the shit.
Yeah, like and that's the
Well,
best.
she's a normal person.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's the best thing. If you've not watched her daytime talk show, please do. I
What
think
day and time is that? What is that?
Every day?
Is that on NBC, ABC?
it's
NBC?
NBC. It's right before Ellen. Correct.
Yep.
Oh,
which,
took Rachel's spot. Okay.
which didn't we find out that it was like
So Ellen's on for at least like 2 or 3 more years, but Ellen wants to like wrap up her show, and so I think they're trying to build Kelly's
but
fan base.
as far as ratings, Kelly is right behind Ellen.
Yes, Kelly had the best like daytime ratings, like her talk show, like had the best, like she's behind like Judge Judy and Ellen, which is insane to me that Judge Judy still is like just killing it. But good for you.
She's loaded, Judge Judy.
Yeah.
Hell, that Judy. I was a little concerned about her talk show at first because, first of all, she had some maybe.
Girl likes to talk.
Well, yeah, that, but I think she had more of a B-list, C-list celebrity coming on. And now, like, Nick Jonas was just on.
The Rock was on her first episode.
She had Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Well, The Rock was only on.
The Rock is the highest, like literally.
Yeah, I know.
And he was only
Don't
there.
be looking at me like that. The Rock is hot.
I just can't.
I
Listen,
love The Rock.
The Rock only stepped in because Kevin Hart was sick.
Oh.
So if we're
Or maybe Vin
comparing
Diesel. We don't know.
who she booked for
The
her
Rock
first
is
show,
more marketable than Vin Diesel.
That's true.
but yeah, now she had Nick Jonas
Yeah.
today. She had Jason Momoa this
She
week.
had Tim McGraw. Who else does she have? She's had a lot of decent ones.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys, she's a famous person. She's
just-
gonna get some guests. Like, it's not like she's gonna have like D-list celebrities on her show.
Yeah, and going back to our talk about streaming services, she actually just had a little cameo guest spot on The Morning Show, episode 4.
I need to
If
watch
you're
this
in-
show.
I can't wait this weekend. I'm house sitting for our friends and they have it, and I'm gonna watch it so hard.
It's so good. It's so good. But little tidbit, and we'll move on. She is married now, has 4 kids, 2 which she has birthed herself. 1 she almost birthed live on Idol, but 2 is her stepkids from
Brandon.
her husband Brandon, who is the son of Narvel Blackstock. Yes, I got that right. Who
Former stepson of Reba.
Yeah, Reba McEntire. And so it's so funny that Reba
Country
McEntire.
family royalty.
Well, Reba McEntire was like Kelly's idol.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
fact that like they're family now.
That was adorable.
And they go to Thanksgiving together.
Yeah.
I mean, again, someone who just has great karma, and all this is really.
Yeah, Reba
coming
was
back.
on Kelly's Christmas album.
And then
Yeah.
they hang out with like the Swishers, like Joanna Garcia Swisher and Nick
Oh,
Swisher.
yeah.
Like, they're all
Reba-
super close.
Reba was on Kelly's talk show as well.
Yeah. Well, and I think Because of You, didn't Reba cover Because of You with
Yes.
Kelly as a duet? And it was like a
And-
minor hit for Reba. on
And
the
they did a
country
video.
charts. Yeah.
It was really cute because it was like one of them was getting abused. They
And
really
it's set like the 1920s.
Yeah, they had
kinda
like the flapper outfits on. It was a really cute video.
But Kelly Clarkson. How iconic is that? Like, she should have Steve Carell on her show.
he was on the first episode.
Oh,
So he walked out.
Oh, he introduced it like,
Yeah.
Kelly Clarkson. Yeah,
He
you're
was-
right.
he
Do
was
you
on
guys
the
work, or do you just like DVR this
I
every day?
DVR it.
Okay.
And I watch it before I go to bed because it makes me
Well,
happy.
when you're not watching all 12 different seasons of the Desperate Housewives of Bravo,
Oh,
like,
speaking of binge watching shows that used to be on in the past.
Oh, gee.
take it away, Eric.
So I have been crazy binge watching, and it's been 3 years ago today that the sequel, if you will, was released of Gilmore Girls: A Year in the Life. And if anyone has not seen it, I'm sorry, but I'm about to spoil the last 3 words
I
of
think
the
we're
show.
past. I think we're past the point of
Whatever.
spoilers.
Mom, I'm pregnant. Rory tells Lorelai, I need another season of This Year in the Life. I have been binge watching Gilmore Girls again from the beginning. I just love that show. Love Lauren Graham. Love Alexis Bledel.
I just realized why you think I watched the show before.
Why?
Because when I first moved here, I did watch the first 2 episodes of
I
Year in
feel
the
like you
Life.
had mentioned it before, and then I said it, and you're like, I've never seen that. I'm like, what?
Well, like,
Did you say this to him in his crayon costume?
Well, like, yeah, you were my only friend in Detroit, so I'm like, who watches
that's
Gilmore
sweet.
Girls? And you're like, oh, me. And I was like, oh, well, I'm going to start this Year in the Life. I've not seen any of the rest
I
of it.
did. I binge watched it.
Did you watch it like when it was on the WB?
I watched it like sporadically. I did not I was not a devoted fan. But then, like, syndication and everything, I just kind of got into it. But it was headed by Amy Sherman Palladino and Daniel Palladino, who
Her
is
husband.
also the marvelous Mrs. Mayhem.
Yep.
Right now, they're responsible for
Maisel.
that. Whatever.
Mayhem.
So it was on for 7 seasons from 2000 to 2006. Lauren Graham played Lorelai and Alexis Bledel played Rory. Lorelai got pregnant when she was 16 and had her daughter move to the small town of Stars Hollow. Scott Patterson is Luke. Kelly Bishop, who was the mom from Dirty Dancing, was her mom on the show.
Yes.
She's a real uptight bitch.
In both movies.
Yeah,
Right.
Alexis Bledel was cast as Rory despite having no previous acting experience. They cast her due to her shyness and innocence, and she photographed well.
She's a pretty girl.
Right. And then Lauren Graham was pursued by casting. Pretty much they wanted her for the role from the beginning.
Love
Fast
Lauren
talking,
Graham.
yeah.
Love
she
Lauren
was
Graham.
committed to another show for NBC a week before casting her. A week before casting her, they had still not cast anyone, so they had her audition anyway. She was cast that day in hopes that her summer replacement series, MYOB, would be canceled, which it was shortly later.
Never even heard of
Right?
that.
Same.
Kelly Bishop was also cast right away. In the pilot, Sookie was played by Alex Bornstein. But she could not be released from her Mad TV contract, so they gave it to Melissa McCarthy,
Yeah.
which kind of was a big jumping off point for her.
Every time I hear Sookie, I think of True Blood.
That
Like,
Sookie, and then, yeah, for sure.
Sookie.
And then they didn't do a cast rep party because they thought they might come back for one more
Yeah.
season. And then it was announced in 2015 that they'd be doing A Year in the Life. It filmed from February to May.
Netflix.
90-minute episodes.
Thank you, Netflix.
Yes, covering each season. And then it was released
Loved it.
November 25th, 2016. And then, so now there's the speculation of the second revival, which I just need in my life. Why are you shaking your head no?
I don't need it.
I don't need it either.
I need it.
I don't.
So I.
Oh, but we need your 35 Marvel movies?
Yes.
Yes.
They're all different.
So wait, you do know though that Sherman or Amy had said, like, when she wrote the series on the WB and she was doing it there, she knew those last 4 words, like in season 2 of the original series. She knew it was going to end with Rory saying that to Lorelai.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. But now I need to know what happens.
This is some J.K. Rowling type of shit. Like,
Amy Sherman Palladino is like long.
Look, there was a big love twist, and you don't know who the baby daddy is, so I need to know who the baby daddy
I
is.
know who it is.
I don't need them.
In my heart, I know who it is.
Anyways.
But no,
Immaculate conception. It's fine.
no. So I had never ever seen Gilmore Girls before. And one of my best friends, Callie, was just like, Joshua. She's like, we have the exact same taste in all of our shows, and it was the only one I'd never seen. And she's like, it's my favorite. I've binged it so many times. It's so good. And then when they announced it was coming back on Netflix, she's like, you have to do this. So I started like Labor Day weekend 3 years ago, whenever. And I binge watched it, and I made it through the entire season, and I finished it with 3 weeks before the new season. She goes, I just want to point out it's super unfair that you have to wait 3 weeks.
How you feel
and
about
I've
my
been
Game of
waiting.
Thrones?
Yes, and so I
Game of
totally get
Thrones.
it. That's exactly. I was like, oh, I didn't
That's how
realize.
I did it with The Sopranos, too, though. I did it right before the final season
so I waited
started.
3 weeks, and then I binged it the entire. I'll never forget. I got home from my parents' house at Thanksgiving, and I was like, ooh, I got some leftovers. I got some pie. I'm gonna watch Gilmore Girls and eat leftovers. And that's what I did that Friday after Thanksgiving. It was perfect.
The only story that I have about Gilmore Girls, and I kind of touched on this our last episode, was I did tour Warner Brothers Studios, and if you ever get the chance, if you're in LA,
Did you see the gazebo?
please do it. I did see the gazebo. So part of Warner Brothers Studios is they have a strip of section outside, and it's called Anytown USA. And the reason why it's called that, because all they have to do is change some
Signs.
it's just whatever, and then it's could be any town in the United States. So they did constantly point out the gazebo. This is the gazebo from Gilmore Girls if you're a big fan. But the best thing was the front facade of their house was on the front of this building, but if you went around to the back of this building, it was another facade from someone else's house on the show. So it was the same
Probably
building.
Desperate Housewives.
No, it was someone from Gilmore Girls. So it was like the front was Laura's house, or what's her name?
Lauren Graham.
Yeah.
And then
it was probably like the Kims.
Yeah, it was like
Lane.
someone else.
Lane, yeah.
And I'm like, how genius is that to use the same building? It literally, as you're walking around the house, like there's a paint strip down the middle and they're different colors, and then the front porches are all different styles. That's all I know about Gilmore Girls.
I mean, that's amazing what they can do in Hollywood. But to tie it back to what you said about Sookie from True Blood, Zach from Gilmore Girls is Lane's husband. He is Terry, the crazy guy at Merlot's.
Oh my God, he is
Mind blown right now, aren't you? Yeah, did not see that guy.
beefed up.
Yeah.
He was a skinny guy on Gilmore Girls.
But that's him.
Yes, that long blonde hair. Oh my God, he was in the band.
Totally. No. Oh, yeah. He was the
Yeah,
lead
on
singer.
Gilmore Girls, he was the
Yeah,
lead
I thought you were
singer.
talking about the other old guy. Anyway, but no,
God.
if you ever have time, you should totally binge watch Gilmore Girls, and I need the second season of this show to come to life because I need to know.
Well, and because it's already aired and
But is Rory going to move back to Stars Hollow? Is that where she's going to raise the baby?
she's gonna live in that
take over the
gazebo.
newspaper.
Luke and Lorelai finally got married.
She's gonna take over the newspaper, raise the baby as a single mom, just do like Lauren Graham just did. But who do you think the father is?
I think the father is Logan.
I think the father's Logan too.
I think she ends up with Jess, though.
Okay, so she's gonna realize it's a baby daddy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Because that's the whole
so
plot.
the whole plot of the we'll call it the last season.
The last season, Christopher is Lorelai's 16-year-old boyfriend,
Okay.
and they had Rory. So then they can never seem to figure it out. So finally, she gets with Luke, who's like the town diner guy, and they've
Amazing.
always had this secret, super connection.
Lauren and Luke are like a Ross and Rachel.
Right.
You just know they're gonna end up together.
So they finally get together. Who he was only supposed to be like an extra on the first episode, and they upgraded him to series regular because their chemistry was so good. But so Christopher always is comes in and out of Rory's life as her biological father, but Luke has pretty much raised her. So they always butt heads.
I love
but
how yes.
when her and Luke break up, she sleeps with Christopher and then finally marries him. But Rory's an adult in college already, and then it just doesn't really work out, and she ends up with Luke in the end.
This is a gay soap opera.
So, but
yeah.
Jess is Luke's nephew. That's why you're because Christopher was the rich guy, just like Logan's the rich guy, and
Yep.
Jess and Luke are both the little towny diner book
Yeah,
guys.
it's such good symmetry. It's such good.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's so good. The best part is it's I consider a fall TV show. Maybe that's because I
it
binged
is.
it
That's
all
why they
the
released it in
fall.
November, and then they made fall the last season in A Year in the Life.
Yeah, it's
You just
so
want
good.
Connecticut to be fall.
Yeah, and
I wish so much that we were recording video right now so everyone could see how just animated Eric is and excited about
Gilmore Girls.
it's so good.
I mean, his hands are moving so
Well,
fast.
and so the other thing is Melissa
Italian.
McCarthy was a big part of the show, and now she's a huge movie star, and I'm so glad that got that cameo because the entire the Netflix season, Melissa McCarthy's not in it, and then she makes one great cameo, and it's so worth it.
One of my favorite characters on Gilmore Girls, Josh, I think you will appreciate this too, is Paris Geller. I love
Bonnie
Liza
from How to Get Away with Murder.
Liza Wheel, I
Absolutely.
love her.
Sign me up for Bonnie.
Oh,
yes.
this is where she got her start.
Yeah, she was
She had to be
Rory's
12.
crazy best friend.
Oh, and Paris is one of those characters on TV that you hate, and then in season 3, you're like, oh my God, I love you so much. You're like, oh wait, when did that happen?
Right, yeah,
When
no.
did I fall in love with you?
Totally love me
Very
some Paris Geller.
Kate Walsh in Grey's Anatomy.
okay.
Perfect reference.
Yes, it's I hate you, and then all of a sudden you're like, when did I start rooting for you? It just happens, and you don't know how or why.
And then she got her own spinoff. It was perfect. Same as Kate Walsh.
Yeah, and she's Paris Geller. I don't forget.
Even in the Year in the Life, Liza Wheel.
Oh
is her
yeah,
name.
Liza. Yeah.
Even when she's in the Year in the Life, pretty much everyone came back.
Yes,
and it was
at
so
least for
good.
a
She
cameo.
was so
At least
funny.
where they're going. Yeah, it was so good. Really well done, and I love the way the dad, Kelly Bishop, the matriarch, Richard Herman, he had passed away before they got to do the revival. And the way they tackled it, especially with Kelly Bishop's character, I thought was so wonderful and so well done. It's like, this is what you do, especially like, it's lovely to see a revival done so well. And I thought
it was done beautifully.
I thought the Netflix revival
I thought they wrapped everything up, and then they left me wanting more though, which is what
the show should do.
But also, the show also wanted me to have. I wanted to have Friday night dinners. Like, I wanted to go for drinks and like have a fancy ass dinner every Friday night before I go tear up the town. Like, absolutely.
I mean, we're right here. Where's the invite, Eric? Your husband cooks.
He sure does. Yeah.
But it's really good. So you should really watch it.
You should, CJ. I think you would really appreciate it.
And my favorite thing too about the show, just not to go too much, but like, it's like Stars Hollow is itself like a character. Like how they say like
the city.
How they say like New York City is the 5th character on Sex and the City. Right. Stars Hollow is just an amazing character on the show. And all the townspeople, you just get to know them. You love their antidotes and just who they are. Kirk's not one of my favorites.
Yeah, Kirk was probably my least favorite on the whole show.
But like, it's fun. But you knew his quirks and everything.
I mean, did you never want to like eat in Sookie's kitchen? Like, it always looked like so amazing with the food and everything.
So lovely.
I don't ever want to stay at a bed and breakfast, but totally.
I wanted to like own a bed and breakfast after watching that.
That's too many strangers around. I don't like it.
Yeah, all the guests. It just was really, really good. And let's talk about Lauren Graham being like this single, independent woman, raising her baby, doing her thing, going back to school, eventually owns her own inn,
names her own daughter Lorelai.
I love that.
Yes. So the actress that plays her, what else has she been in?
Parenthood
is her big one.
She was in Evan Almighty.
Bad Santa.
Yes.
Bad Santa. She's the pretty dark woman.
Yes.
Have you ever watched Parenthood?
I don't know.
Girl.
So
Go
she
down
is
that rabbit
dating
hole.
Peter Krause, her TV brother on the show, Adam.
I love that.
He's on that show Rescue 911 now.
911.
Or just
911.
Yeah, that's her boyfriend. They've been
He was
together
on,
for like
6
years.
Feet Under?
Yeah, 6 Feet Under.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
They've been together for a long time.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
But so the hottest topic on Gilmore Girls, the main debate, Eric,
is fuck, marry, kill.
Well, yes, but exactly. We're gonna do fuck, marry, kill with the boys because
who are the baby daddies?
Because no, the main thing is Rory had 3 major love interests over the entire series.
Who all did very well for themselves after the series.
They're all doing really well.
Jared,
let's start from the beginning. Dean, which is Jared Paladecki.
Yes. Okay.
And
who's also in Supernatural.
Yeah,
okay.
so
Exactly.
He left Gilmore Girls to do Supernatural.
So I watched Supernatural.
Yep. His name was Dean on the show. Is Rory's first love, who she lost her virginity to.
While he was married, skank.
Yep. And then there was Jesse, who is Milo Ventimiglia.
It's Jess, not Jesse.
Oh, sorry, Jess.
Okay, love him. Heroes.
He was on Heroes and This Is Us.
This Is Us, yes.
And then the third one is Logan, who is Matt Cherczynski, who's the resident.
Yeah.
No, don't know her.
He was on The Good Wife too. He played.
Don't know her either.
On The Good Wife, the resident. Yeah, he's done. They've all done super well for themselves.
Well, I can tell you who I'm going to kill because I don't know her.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think you should actually listen to us and our reasons.
I will do this. Okay.
Yes. So
Josh, no, you start.
I'm ready for this. Spoiler or trigger warning. My picks are super controversial. I know this. I've posted it on Facebook before. People don't like them. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my. I don't want to. Oh, let's. You know what? I'll just trigger you all. I'm killing Jess.
Okay.
So
the one I don't know.
Milo Ventimiglia.
A little bit.
Wait, you're killing Milo?
I'm killing Milo. I'm killing Jess. I know.
You already died on this. God, you're cruel.
Yep. Killing Jess. Not a fan. He took Rory down a bad road. He was also like smoky and
They
smoldery.
had such a pacey Joey love story.
I was Team Dawson.
Go ahead. Oh, of course you were.
I'm fucking Dean. I'm doing. He's super tall. And I'm marrying Logan. He's cute. He loves her. He like shows her a good time. He brought out the best qualities in her. He's a Huntsberger. Like you marry Logan. You fuck Dean and you kill Jess.
Is Logan the blonde?
Yes.
Okay.
He's from money. He runs a newspaper.
Yeah. Which was Rory's ideal, Tom.
But he also he got he got Rory on the level that she needed. Now,
No, she got him. Okay.
yes, they had got each other. It should be a partnership.
Listen, I am not disagreeing with
Sorry.
you. I am marrying Logan Huntsberger 1,000%.
Okay.
I think Logan's so cute. He'd be such a cute daddy. Like, even in the afterwards, you can tell that he like just loves her.
Yes.
Like, and there's still
and that's
scenes
why
with
I
all
think
these
maybe
years
that's
later.
why we both want him to be.
I am
Daddy.
having hot, dirty, sweaty sex with
Jess.
Like, read to me in bed while I fall asleep. Absolutely. And Dean, the little Dosey's market boy. Bye, buddy. Like,
So
I am
cute.
burying you in the town square. I do not care.
Under Dosey's
I hope
Market.
a supernatural being flies down into Stars Hollow and carries your ass away so I don't have to deal with it.
All right. Well, it's coming from someone who's never really watched the show, and I have no idea who these people
We
are.
sent you photos.
You did.
And we
but
sent you cast photos, so it's like what we were looking at.
Correct.
better than cast photos. I'm doing the actors at this point.
Yeah, Jared Paladicki now is like way different.
Well, okay, so I'm going to marry Milo.
Jess.
Love him. I'm going to fuck
Jared.
Dean. Is that what you're
Jared,
calling?
Jared.
Yeah. Because I hope he can pull one of those demons and like need an exorcist in my body. And then I'm gonna kill whoever the other guy is. Because first of all, I'm not a blonde.
How do you kill money? I don't even understand
Well,
with that.
I don't like blondes.
Oh, and Mr. Huntsberger.
Well, enjoy. I hope he carries your groceries to the car for the rest of your life.
I like
He's just fucking him.
I like brunettes and gingers, not and bald guys. Because whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Difference of opinion.
Yeah. All right, guys. This has been the gayest podcast ever. I'm Josh, and I'm here with
Eric.
And CJ.
Thank you so much for tuning in. You can always find us on all of our socials on Facebook, Instagram, and then you can also subscribe to us on all the platforms. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
We're on them all.
Stitcher.
All of 'em.
We're on all of them.
Just
you can
everything.
find us.
Just Google us.
Just like, review, subscribe, comment, whatever, tickles your fancy. But thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you guys again.